Welcome to Mo Sticky Pads. I am your friend Mo, and this is a celebration. Why? Because I am so happy for you guys that are on the East Coast. It is no more summer, no more summer, no more summer, no more hot weather, no more 12 hours or more. This goes out to you. I already did a video prior to that, but this is again a celebration for you because you made it, you did it. You made sales for the company, or you made sales for yourself. Give yourself a round of applause, everybody. You are wonderful. You are wonderful, pest control technicians, men, women, managers, salespeople. You guys are appreciated. Business owners, you are on top of the world. Gentlemen, I know, you know, the 5 to 7 shifts, the 80 degrees, 90 degrees, humidity, apartments, upstairs again, downstairs again, building to building, complex to complex, managers, apartment managers to maintenance men to getting on the ground to hot, humidity, water, more water, AC, more water, driving around, more water, long sleeves, long pants, steel toe shoes, 80-degree. Now, where the guys, give yourself a round of applause. At least on the East Coast, the temperature has dropped tremendously. You guys can relax and chill. No more 5 to 7 shifts. This is a great thing for you guys. I applaud to you guys once again. But I hope you are smart with your money and all the overtime you made, you are saving it up for either uh, your Christmas budget, your own business, building up your own business, or building up to take care of your things so you could be financially free, debt free. I hope you use that money to shave off your debt if you have any, to add an LLC to your own business, to buy more supplies for your own business. Again, just be smart that you work hard for a reason, not just for nothing. I hope you spent that money to build projects on your own for decks, any home improvements, things like that. You do what you do with your money, but my point is that you used it wisely and you did not work hard in vain. All right. So again, just wanted to just come just give you so much encouragement. So happy for you. Now, as we already know, this is preparing for the cold weather. Again, you're relaxing. Now, I'm going to break this in parts as if you're a business owner and or if you're working for the company. At this point, you're actually doing a lot of things on the inside that more than the outside. As we know mostly, whatever's from outside comes inside. For example, mice and roaches. So this is a great time. It's not over. Pests are not dead. Bugs are not dead. Roaches are always alive and moving. Mice, it gets cold, so they want to go in. So this is the time for you to start caulking. It's still availability. You're still available to be of service of your customers, such as caulking holes, steel wool, doing any encouraging residents or companies to do improvements, such as sealing up any gaps, adding what do you call it? A garage for the bottom of the garage, the rubber. Make sure that is perfectly. You get a new one, or you need to repair it. The rubber bottom, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure that you are doing any termite inspections. You do termite inspections also. Get them prepared. See if you identify any termites. Then after you identify termites, you can give a termite treatment. There's so many things you could do. At this moment, you can also, like I said, it's getting cold, so this is the time for the exterior to refresh your baits like you've always been doing for the inside and the outside. Make sure if there's any mice that you're adding traps now. Make sure the bait inside is fresh. All of that good stuff. Also, encouraging people to trim around their shrubs. Any leaves, any debris from the leaves that are falling, make sure that's cleared away so it's not a home for mice or any like crickets, frogs, things like that. Also encouraging people, if we want to get, what do you call it? Uh, what do you call gutter covering, gutter guards. That's what I meant to say. Gutter guards. Start selling that as well. You need to cover those for the rain, so there's no debris, there's no clogging of your drains. Because if so, excuse me, not clogging of your drains, but clogging of your gutters. So there's no problems there. Dust, baits, traps. All right, so we're gonna break this down. I'm gonna give as detail as possible. For the roaches, okay, as I mentioned before, baits, IGR, and dust. Now, if you're not a professional, I suggest that you really pull back on the dust because the dust is very sensitive and there's a lot of precautions there. But if you do, make sure you read the label, okay? Get a bulb duster. But in this case, we're going to talk about roaches right now. Roaches never die. They never left. No matter what the weather is, they're going to be there. So, technicians, make sure that you bait, 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 and bait. Don't forget the bait. Don't forget the IGRs also, the insect growth regulator, whether it's the white piece that you break or if it's the Genchal spray. Um, just be mindful of those. Baiting. Again, don't stop, won't stop with the bait. That's your best friend, is baiting for roaches. Identifying, identifying sanitation, baiting. Where are the little fecal matter? Wherever the fecal matter is, that's where they like to hang out. In the kitchen, under the sink, behind the refrigerator, cabinets. The list goes on and on and on. You can use the tangible bait, or you can use actual paste bait. All right, we're gonna move quickly, fastly. Let's go, let's go, let's go, because I'm so proud of y'all. We're gonna go to rodents now. Now, with rodents, we're gonna talk about how, actually, we're gonna talk about mice, of course. Traps are your best friend. I am a big promoter of traps. Place them everywhere. But remember, how are they getting in? Repair those areas of how they're getting in. Steel wool, caulking, maintenance repairs, home repairs, shrubs, garbage, sanitation. Clear, making sure the area is clear of anything that could keep them from coming in. So my home, I have the radiator, old school radiator, and of course where the pipe comes up from the basement, there's a gap there. So I have to close that gap so mice don't try to find a way to get in to scurry around my house. All right. External base stations, very important. Let them eat inside. Excuse me. Make sure they eat outside so they don't come inside. All right. We got the funnel blocks for the exterior, and then we have the soft bait for the interior. Interior, of course, that's for the basement, behind the fridge, behind the stove, things of that nature. But of course, don't never forget to identify and treat and repair, because you can use the baits all you want, unless you have a stubborn renter. I mean, a stubborn landlord that have a renter. But really, the key is doing repairs to keep them from going inside or keep them from going in the kitchen. Period. In order to do that, again, I can't repeat it enough, to repair, close, clog up. If you have a stubborn landlord, again, or it's just hard to still keep them down, of course, you use your traps in safe areas away from children, your baits. Sticky pad, I'm not a fan of sticky pads. That's more for roaches. That's more for identifying and monitoring. But you still have sticky traps for rats anyway. The heavy duty, they're black. I can't remember the name of them right now, but they're black. They sell them at Home Depot. You could put that in your basement. If you want to put it behind your fridge. If it's a really like an apartment complex, we'll have to talk about that another time too, with apartment complexes, or every house is connected, or everyone is one. They find just tunnels of going from house to house. Then you can use that also. All right, so what comes in? Crickets. Now, the crickets are good for sticky pads. That's good. But of course, you use a chemical exterior barrier for that also. But as a backdrop for the chemicals, you could use the sticky pads for the interior, especially basements, crawl spaces, attics, things of that nature. Um, the sticky pads can be used if there's a family that has how can I call it? When you're in apartments and they have a sign that says, please no chemicals, respiratory issues. People have respiratory issues and you can't use that. There's always availability for baits and sticky traps, right? So let's talk about ants. So ants don't go anywhere. I have seen it many times, even in my own home. Ants still breed. All right. They don't go anywhere. Even when it's hot in the wintertime, they are still active. All right. They're still social and they're still active. So what you do is you keep using your ant bait, your ant pucks. What I did at times, if I had stubborn ants that would keep coming in the house, I would even add bait in the puck. Let them eat on that. And actually, that's a little secret where if you don't have enough pucks, pest technicians, if you're running out, if there's a shortage, you can use the same puck and just spray little, not spray, I'm lost for words, but you put dots of bait. Not a lot though. Please do not be a taro product user. Do not make these ants drunk with sugar. They will keep coming back again and again and again because they want more. And if you see them, they're going to come in droves. So dots. That's also for roaches. Dots, 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 dots. Look into my eyes. Dots, not clobbering. Okay, I call that stuff syrup. Because I tell people, if you have a lot of syrup on your pancake, they're gonna eat more. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird, but I've always said that that's too much syrup for ants. It's like too much candy. They're going to keep coming back and coming back for more candy because it's just nice and sweet. It's a bait, but yes, it's sweet. You don't want 5 million ants hovering in one place. They're going to die, but for how long? There's going to be a new colony coming in for that same juice. It's enough, just enough to tease them, right? Just enough, just enough. You never want to add too much to entice someone. You just want to add just enough, just to tease them. It's a bait. Do you understand? It's not actual meal. It's a bait. It's an appetizer, but it's just enough to make them happy. Go take it back to the nest, and they all shut down, right? So again, ants will find a way to come into your home. This is the key. The key is this. Listen to me. It is cold outside, but how do you think the weather is inside? I'll wait. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. It's gonna be what? 65 and up in your house, right? So the summertime is not outside, but it's inside your home. So make sure that that's the reason why they want to come in. The temperature, the climate is warm than outside. So let me do my business inside. So I can explain a better way, but that's basically the gist of what I'm talking about, right? So that's the reason why they want to come inside. So make sure you stay equipped with the crickets, frogs, all that stuff, but mostly crickets and ants. Those are the ones that like to come inside and they like to nest. Also, a big celebration for no bees. Hallelujah. No bees. Again, this is on the eastern side. Uh, oh, God. No more headaches, guys. No more headaches for the resident and for you technicians. Let's see. Now, I just talked about repair. So basically, we just covered everything. This is just a small snippet of the celebration of summer being over. But there's still a lot to do for the winter time. Still a lot to cover, still a lot of things, products to sell, because you're talking about the attic, also making sure the attic has enough installation so your house is warmer, things like that. It's so many things to do. Gutter guards, uh, and we'll talk about even in the wintertime as this keeps going on and on. Pests never stop. Roaches will never die. Make sure you attack all these residents, all of your customers with roach bait. Stay on top of them. If you want them to come back again, come back again, come back again. Tell them about yourself. Make sure you put out a referral for their family or their friends who have roaches also. Put out advertisements that I can do repairs, I can kill roaches, I can control your mice. Don't forget the rodents. Rodent control. Again, how do we take care of rodent control? You can use your knowledge to sell you can use your mind as a product to sell advice. Again, with the garbage cans, push them back, cover them. Some people, such as myself, have a squirrel alarm. Basically, it's like a whistle to keep them away from the garbage can. I don't know why, but squirrels really like to hang around, and I'll figure out that science for you as I'm a pest technician of why squirrels like to hang out so much in the wintertime. They like to just gather up in the wintertime, but they're looking for food, they're looking for food. You have groundhogs, you have, of course, the foxes, possums, raccoons. They are always going to be around, and you do control for that as well. Now, there is wildlife control. I would not advise customers to do that themselves. If you don't have a license to do it, I would call a wildlife control person for the raccoons, the squirrels, the possums, things like that. However, there are cages, and you could add cat food in the cage to grab them. But there's knowledge in regards to taking them how far from their habitat. You want to take them too far from their habitat. There's rules that apply to this, okay? So that's all I have for today. Once again, Yahoo! The summer is over. All of that money, you stack all that money, save it, advertise, inside control, rodent control. You got this. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. I'm so proud of you guys. Let's keep this pushing. Let's start advertising. Continue doing your business. Keep selling. Keep making people proud. Keep making people satisfied. Keep doing what you're doing. Applause to you guys. Much love. God bless. I am gone.